Deeper than that, some of them.
You better stay with our family. You'll be with the wrong family in a minute.
Look, the kitty. The cat.
Cat?
Look, the cat.
Yeah, in the bushes, yep.
You got it?
I didn't see it.
I see him.
Sit next to him, he can't get you on the movies. If you sit across him,
Look, the boys, two boys in the book. The boys in the book. We'll go for this.
Did they got the stand and everything set up for the guys at
We'll go for this.
no, can't get on the next boat until somebody's here to drive it.
Henry, keep your hands in the boat.
You go? Go. Yes.
Lost River Voyage. It's over there where the Jeep Safari's at.
That's your boy.
Is that our boat?
Yeah, that's our
We're
boat.
gonna ride on Chief Micanopy?
Yeah. How many people?
That's the name of that boat, Chief Micanopy.
No, the people.
That's what they're riding on.
Well, the people in Duffy down.
They're gonna get off and then we're gonna get on.
Yes.
I don't know anybody on the boat.
There's one person that's one of them. People coming? Oh, yeah. My mommy.
Well, I could actually. be aboard the Chief Micanopy, one of the world-famous glass boats here at Silver Springs. I am Captain Don, and I'm going to be your captain, and I'm going to be your tour guide as we take this spatial cruise of one of Florida's most beautiful national landmarks. But before we get too far down the river, the Coast Guard does require me to inform you on your life jackets. And your life jackets are right above you in that rack, right over the glass. Enough life jackets for everybody aboard this boat. But as you look through the glass on the bottom of the boat, you see this water is very clear, very clean, but very mysterious. Mysterious because we have no idea where this water comes from. It could be water that fell from the Florida skies as recently as last week, or it could be water that's been stored deep within the bowels of the earth for thousands, possibly millions of years. See, Florida sits on top of a limestone cap created by tiny shellfish millions of years ago. This limestone cap measures 1 to 2 miles in thickness, and beneath that limestone cap is a huge reservoir of sparkling, clear, pure water. The pressures created by the accumulated weight of all this water is what forces it to the surface. Up through 2 miles of limestone, so that when it reaches this area, this water has been filtered to the point of being 99.8% pure on a constant temperature of 72 degrees Fahrenheit. And it never changes. It's always 72 degrees, irregardless of what the climatic conditions up here might be. This first spring air we have here is called Spring of the Stars. It's tribute to all the movie stars that have played in movies here. Movie stars like Burt Reynolds, Jackie Gleason, Natalie Wood, Tom Cruise, James Dean, Johnny Bonner, they've all played movies here. See that crack in the limestone down there? That's 25 feet down. That crack is what we call a boil, or a spring underwater. The water is literally boiling out of that crack down there under tremendous amount of pressure.
Oh yeah, and I see moving.
120 boils, then deep water in this river, and the rate
How
of
do you actually live down
350
there?
million gallons of water a day come out of the ground and flow down the stream. Some of the boils are no bigger than your fingertips. Some others are bigger than this boat. Of this spring in front of us now. This is the Black Lagoon. This is where they found it, and this is where they filmed the creature from the Black Lagoon right down there. See the big black rock? That's where he lives, is right beneath that big black rock, and he's still there. He's still down there. But he only comes out at night. That's all right with me, because when the sun goes down, I go home. I don't know what comes out at night. But they're 30 feet down. The next spring is the deepest and most mysterious of all the springs.
There's some fish over there. Oh, look at that big long snake.
Or the bottomless pit.
See it?
A couple years ago,
See it over
the
there?
divers into the
It's on
spring
the
to check
ridge.
it out to see how deep it was. They put their diving gear on. They went over the side. They went down, 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 down. They got down here so far they couldn't go any further. We had to rig lights for them to see. But they hit a narrow spot. They couldn't go any further down. Before returning to the surface, they checked their depth gauges. They were 81 feet down. You know how deep 81 feet would be? That's about the same height as a 7-story building.
Well, there's a
Right
fish.
there is
They don't have too many fish in this place,
Whoops,
do
where'd
they?
it go? I lost it. Yep, they said they went past the
Whoa,
barrel
look
spot
down
for the
in
property
there,
rock
Dad.
right off into the huge aquifer beneath the state of Florida, over 2 miles down. Ladies and gentlemen, you are looking into the abyss of Bottomless Pit.
How come there's not very many fish?
Now, let me see. There's an alligator back there munching around a while ago. I'm just looking for him. See that area right in front of us? There was an alligator hanging out there a while ago. See, there's another boil right there on the bottom, dropping off quite a depth. I see some turtles. There's an alligator in there. An alligator does hang out here quite often.
Ashley, see the turtle on the bottom?
There he is.
Where's the alligator? Oh, there he is. It's right there.
There's an alligator over there in the water, Ashley. See him? See his eye? Did you see him?
Oh, yeah, I see him.
Look at him, Ashley. See him right over there? See behind those ladies? See him
There he
laying in
is.
the water? He's a big one.
don't bother us.
They don't bother you usually unless you bother them.
Well, now next we go right back out of the Silver River again. You see, the Silver River is not a big river. It's not very wide, it's not very deep, and it's not very long. The Silver River is only 9 miles long. It originates over there where you got on the boat. That's the headwaters of it. Flows downstream about 9 miles where it enters into the Ocklawaha. When it enters the Ocklawaha, it becomes just another river. But for about 9 miles, we have the cleanest, the prettiest, and the clearest water that you're going to find anywhere in the state of Florida. Possibly anywhere in the United States. And as you notice on the bottom, there's a grass. That grass is called eel grass or ribbon grass. It grows to a length of about 5 feet, but it never comes close to the surface. It's always right down at the bottom. You see that algae on the grass? Now that is quite handy. The little critters can feed upon the algae, and then they hide the grass from the big critters. That's what life's about. The big ones eating the little ones. But if you see something on this voice that you do not know what it is, or you'd like to talk about it, just point it out to me and ask, and I'd be tickled to death to talk to you about anything you see on this journey. But the next spring we have is called the Spring of Life. It's a celebration of all the life that has been discovered here. Through the years, they've discovered raccoons, turtles, snakes, fish. Over 34 different species of fish have been found coming into the spring to feed every year. Different times of the year, of course, different seasons and different fish. But on the bottom of the string are some artifacts. A couple of years ago, archaeologists were in this area digging around and looking for artifacts. They found a couple old canoes. Now they took these canoes to a laboratory where they studied them very closely. They come to the conclusion these canoes are fires. They were used by the old Chemiquan Indians for transporting fire up and down this river from village to village. They wanted to put them on display someplace so people could see them. And right here is where they took them down to the bottom of this beautiful spring. Now these canoes have been carbon dated as being over 1,200 years old. Now how can a canoe made out of wood last 1,200 years in water? They're made out of cypress. Now cypress is completely impervious to water. As long as those canoes lay down at the bottom of this river undisturbed by man, they'll possibly lay there for another 1,200 years, not rotting or deteriorate any further than they already have. The next spring we have is the loveliest spring in the river. Now, if you got camcorders and cameras, you will take some photographs. This is the place to do it. We're going over the Blue Grotto. The Blue Grotto is bluish in color because the sunlight glistens off the microscopic particles of snail shells and limestones suspended in the water. And it's approximately 30 feet deep here. Now, you might also see quite a variety of fish in this area, too.
Missed it. Oh, Watch, there's lots of them. Oh shoot, swim under the boat.
Grab one, Garrett. Look at all the baby ones down there. Ooh, there he goes.
Look over on the right hand side. Over
Fish over there.
this fish destroyed that slice of bread, and it's gone. Those fish are mullet. They're mullet. Now a lot of people think the mullet are only a saltwater fish, but mullet can live anywhere they want to. You see, mullet, unlike other fishes, has a gizzard. That gizzard allows them to adapt to river water, brackish water, pure spring water, or salt water. The Indians who lived here for 10,000 years called this river Su'iliaha. Su'iliaha in their language means sun-glistening waters. I think they must have been standing along about right here when they give it that name because these are sun-glistening waters. As we re-enter the Silver River, if you look off to the right, you'll see another boat ride. This other boat ride is the Lost River Adventure. And it is quite an adventure because they take you aboard a boat, they'll take you downstream another half mile. Show you some beautiful animals down the outpost. And also allow you to explore the Silver River, just like the Spanish did back in the 1500s. But up there behind that gift shop, right behind that gift shop is one of the most exciting rides in our park. It is called the Jeep Safari Ride. They'll take you in this tram and pull behind the Jeep out into the jungle, right amongst all the free-roaming wild animals. And then it will take you through a pool filled with alligators right through the middle of it. If you look below us now, you'll see there's an old tree that fell down this river about 100 years ago. This tree is a cypress tree, perfectly good wood. If you took it out of here today and took it to the sawmill, you could have the natives aboard, use those boards for building anything you wanted to. Could you see beneath that tree, see the boat laying there? Now that boat is a mysterious artifact because we have no idea who it belonged to. We know that that boat is too old to belong to settlers in this area back in the 1800s. We also know that boat did not belong to the Indians. It has brass plates on its bow. Possibly that boat belonged to the Spanish explorers who were in this area back in the 15 and 1600s. It again is made out of cypress, meaning as long as it lays there undisturbed, it'll possibly lay there for another 400 or 500 years. We started really back upstream. Y'all know we got two new shows here at the park now. Right between the creature feature and the reptiles of the world. We used to have an amazing pet show. Paragraph 3 associated right there in good fine print. If you sign this peace treaty, we will have peace between our people, but we're going to load all you Indians into covered wagons, and we're going to take all you Indians west of the Mississippi River and put you on a reservation. That's where we're going to have our peace. They never signed it, folks. They still live in Florida, their homeland, all because of that one warrior. There's a statue of that warrior. His name is Osceola, a very honorable man. The settlers did not take to him too quickly because he was much better educated than most of them were, and he had too much influence over the Indians, so they arrested him, shipped him off to a prison up in South Carolina, and that's where he contracted pneumonia and he died at the ripe old age of 32. Osceola. Could you see that palm tree right there? Lucky horseshoe palm. They tell me that you and your loved one, or even your spouse, walked over there at that palm tree and stood in the nook of it and had your photograph taken. It's guaranteed at 5 years of blissful happiness and good luck. So not only a spouse, why not take a couple lottery tickets with you, huh? It would really work. But look at this river, look around you, look at all this beautiful river. You wonder where does it come from? Right over there. Right over there, at the bottom of this incredibly beautiful 55-foot deep canyon is Mammoth Springs. The largest artesian well in the entire world. I mean, nowhere else on this entire planet does a spring of this magnitude exist. If you look down at the bottom of this incredibly beautiful 55-foot deep canyon, you'll see a cave. That cave measures 10 to 12 foot in height, 65 feet across, and the water is gushing, and there it is in front of us. The water is gushing out of the cave at a rate of 550 million gallons of water a day, every 24 hours. 550 million gallons, that's enough water to supply the entire New York City area with all of its water needs. And it comes out of the ground and flows right down the river.
Mama. Why?
Nowhere else on this entire planet Earth does the river literally erupt fully formed in one spot as occurs right here beneath us. That's 55 feet down. That's like standing on top of a 4-story building, looking down at the sidewalk beneath you. Isn't that magnificent? Now, since this is one of nature's greatest shows, it has ended up in show business several times. Recall back in the 60s, an old TV series called I Spy, starring Robert Culp and Bill Cosby. In one of their episodes, they were supposedly diving into the HNC, looking for these ancient Greek statues filled with diamonds and jewels. You know where they found those statues? Right down there they stand. They're 8 feet tall. They're standing in 45 feet of water. Anybody see a statue down there any place?
Right there.
Back there?
Two of them.
Oh, there they
They're
are.
like standing on your head.
But these statues were also used in their James Bond movie, Moonraker, starring Roger Moore as James Bond. Did y'all see him down there? Do you remember that movie, or that TV series, $6 Million Man? Remember that starring Lee Majors as Colonel Steve Austin? In one of his episodes, he was supposedly diving into the deepest part of the Atlantic Ocean. He was going to save the world from some horrible Holocaust. You know where he was diving? You got it right there. You're looking at it. Deep by the Atlantic Ocean, Silver Springs, Florida. 45 feet down. Oh, been a tremendous amount of movies made here. Back in '74, they brought a young man here. They built this big old phony wall. Put him up on top of the head and jump in the river. You know that young man was? Tom Cruise. Right here. This is where they filmed Legends. Filmed right here in Silver Springs, starring Tom Cruise. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that brings our journey to a conclusion. I hope you've enjoyed this little ride we have had. I hope you enjoy the other rides we have in the park, though, like the Jungle Cruise. You know where that is, don't you? Right across that wooden bridge. The Jungle Cruise, the Lost River Voyage, the Jeep Safari ride, all quite exciting, and don't forget the shows. Quite a nice bunch of shows here now. But as we approach the dock, we would like to ask you all to please remain in your seats so we get this boat safely up against the dock. Nope, we're not going to tie it up. I'm just going to bump and coach him in the suit.
Well, kiss again. Okay, we got to stay there.
Read what it says, Sean. Boring.
Can you read what it says?
A Florida
Treasure at Silver Springs.
Silver Springs. This moment is,
Monument.
this monument is dedicated to those beholding a Florida treasure at Silver Springs and to members of the Silver Springs
Society.
for their
Dedication.
dedication to the
Preservation.
of Florida's natural
Environment.
environment. Whatever. Come on. Making horn. Now let's go. The kids race
Trying to hold these glasses. Don't touch them.
DMX.
Change. It's too dark. I can't see. Are you there?
Are we? Did those hurt?
Yeah, look at it.
Guys, girl. Guys, girl. Hope I get to sit up front. After, but tomorrow.
Sit where they
Again. Now, just a few safety rules. Please keep all those hands and arms, toes and fingers, sunglasses and cameras, little children and mother-in-laws, anything you'd like to bring back with you inside the tram at all times. Well, now that there's no turning back, and before we cross this Cattle Gap Bridge, let me tell you a little bit about my driving record here this morning. I've been out probably about 15 times and only had 13 accidents, so feel free to put your seatbelts on right about now. Over on the left side, you'll see all that swampy area over there. Now, inside that area, we do have a Brazilian tapir. Now, he was swimming just a little while ago, but it looks like he moved to the drier part of land. Now, he's right through there. He's a big blackish brown animal, sort of the color of the ground. Now, our Brazilian tapir sort of looks like a pig with an anteater nose, but he is actually related to the horse. Now, you know this because if you stuck out a piece of fruit that he wanted, he would run up to 35 miles per hour to get it from you. Now, Brazilian tapirs are docile animals. They're vegetarians and they're very good swimmers. They come to us from Central America. Now, here on the left side, you'll see in that caged cave area are cotton-top tamarins. Now, they're the smallest of the monkey family. They usually eat fruit nuts and they love spiders. They come to us from South Colombia. Now, if those little guys have babies, it's up to the male to take care and raise it. Now, here on this tree, you'll see Fred and Barney, our blue and gold macaws. Now, blue and gold macaws can speak up to 15 words in their vocabulary. Although ours haven't been speaking to us too much lately, you see they did get a little upset because we had to change Barney's name. He didn't like that too much. But he did something that totally shocked us Jeep drivers. I think he even shocked himself a little. Barney laid an egg. So now she is named Wilma. That was Fred and Wilma, now our blue and gold macaws. Now if you look over on the left side, you'll see this brown mule-like animal right here. And there's one a lot farther back over there. Those are nilgai. Now nilgais are also called bobby-socked antelope because take a close look at their hooves. It looks like they're wearing little black and white bobby socks. They're very friendly animals. They come to us from Asia where their main predator is the lion. So they have been pretty happy they haven't seen a lion yet. Now here on the left side, you're going to see a hairy animal right here with a long neck walking behind that mound of dirt. That is a guanaco, cousin to the llama, commonly known as a spitting guanaco because that animal will spit up to 15 feet accurately. Now that isn't just any ordinary saliva, it is a green, regurgitated substance they've been chewing on for hours. We call it guacamole. Now sometimes he comes up and likes to be fed, and I'm just hoping one day he doesn't get really upset and spit all over me. Here's another one of our nilgais. Now this is the friendliest of our nilgai. Her name is Sweetie. She likes to be fed also, but I ran out of food on the last trip. Sorry, Sweetie.
She's gonna get moved. Oh, wow, look at her.
Now if you look over on the left, you'll see that smallest of the crane family, our damsel crane back there. Now that bird is a monogamous bird, which means when it mates for life. If the mate should happen to die, it does not take another. Males and females are identical. They come to us from Europe. That was the damsel crane. And if you look on the right, you're going to see these three birds right here. These are black-hooded vultures from Africa. Now these birds have a very unique way of defending themselves. What they will do is they will vomit all over their predators to scare them off. And you'd know why it worked if you ever smelled it. Over on the left side, you'll see those big old guys over there. Those are Bangtang cattle. Now, Bangtang cattle, when fully grown, will weigh up to 2,000 pounds. Now, those animals are part of an extinction program with about 200 left in captivity. Up until about 5 months ago, we know that number raised to 202 because of our baby calves born here at Silver Springs. There's a big black one laying back down there. That's the male. We have 2 tan females and 2 baby calves. Now, those are Bangtang cattle. On the left, you're going to see all those spotted deer. Now, those are axis deer. Axis deer are where Disney came up with the idea for Bambi. Although Bambi loses his spots at the end of the movie, axis deer do keep their spots all their lives. They are the one deer that do know how to swim, so you may find them living near streams. Now, you'll also see about 3 just plain tan deer right there. Those are Florida white-tailed deer. White-tailed deer can be found in most parts of the United States and in southern Canada. And those deer, when they're in danger, they'll lift the backs of their tails, showing a white flag, and that alerts all the rest of the herd to run. Now, if you look on the right side, you're going to see some gray birds back there towards the fence with red heads. Those are Cyrus cranes from India. They're the largest of the crane family. Their names are Billy Ray and Billy May. Now, also on the right side, you'll see 2 tan animals with white bellies and spiral horns. Those are black buck antelope. Now, the horns on top of their head will grow up to 3 feet high when fully grown. Those animals are very graceful. They can run 45 miles per hour and jump 8 feet in the air. They're tan during the summer and they turn black during the winter. That's to keep them cooler and warmer. They come to us from Pakistan. Those are black buck antelope. If you look over on the left, you'll see over that fence, you'll see some of Florida's protected wetlands. Law says if you go in there and even pick one single blade of grass, you'd be fined up to $500 or 90 days in jail. There's our black buck antelope again on the right. Now, if you look to the right, you're going to see those white deer and her baby right there, that's European fallow deer. Now fallow deer do come in 4 different colors. They come in white, black, brown, and brown with white spots. Now we should see some more fallow deer in just a few minutes. But something about fallow deer you women might like to know, it's the females that lead the herd. Although the men usually like this even more, there's only one male to every herd. His name here is Happy Jack. Now this area we're driving through, it may look familiar if you guys have seen the Tarzan movies, because some of the jungle scenes were filmed in this area. Here at Silver Springs we do have a rehabilitation program. One of its members are right there on the left. You will see Sadie, our red-tailed hawk, also known as a chicken hawk. Now Sadie was brought to us from the Ocala National Forest, where she ran into some power lines and knocked out about 80% of her flying ability. Now she is tethered down because if she tried to fly, she would just crash into something and hurt herself even more. But they're hoping the little flying she does get to do in that area will regain her back up to 100%. And that is Sadie, our red-tailed hawk. Now these deer over on the right, the 2 darker colored deer, these are Sika deer from Japan. The Japanese use the male's antlers of Sika deer as a type of medicine. Now you'll see a fallow deer right here and her 2 babies. Now you'll see some of the damage these storms have been doing lately. They've knocked out a few trees, but something that's also happened is our suspension bridge is down up here, so we're going to have to wade through a little bit of water. Now just to let you know, we're not wading in there alone. There's about 6 American alligators in this water, so we're going to take it pretty easy when we go through here. Now there's one directly to the left in the bank. There's a couple to the right in the water. Now here's a big one directly to the left as we're going in.
This is a joke, isn't it?
Yeah.
Looks like there's about 4 to the left, 2 to the right. Now, not to worry, if anything happens going through this alligator pit, I would simply disengage the Jeep from the tram, and me and my 2 passengers up here will go for help, getting back to you guys as soon as possible.
Look at that right there.
If everybody would like to step off into the petting zoo now, we'll see if we can get all those gators in the water. No takers on that one. I don't blame you one bit. We'll get on out of here. This is the first time you've seen an alligator? Now, for any guys who are trivia buffs back there, you might like to know the largest alligator found in the United States was found in Louisiana. It was a Cajun. It was 19.5 feet long. Now, to give you an idea just how long that is, take the tram you're riding on, put a head sticking out the front and a tail sticking out the back. It'd be about the size that alligator was. Now, we're going to wait for just a second for this next tram to move on out. All right, here we go. Well, now that we're back on the road to civilization, let me tell you about our last 3 animals. They're the reticulated giraffes. Now, we have Kimba, and Yatima. Now, you can pet and feed these giraffes in our petting zoo, but do be careful, they will pet back. And the only thing they have to pet you back with is a long, purple, 18-inch sticky tongue. Now, they'll pet everyone from small children to bigger adults, licking them and taking everything with them as they go, including hats, cameras, and sunglasses. Now, that just about concludes our trip on the Jeep Safari. I hope you guys had a good time back there. You're going to wait until the tram comes to a complete stop where you'll exit to the left, go through the double doors of the gift shop where you are required by law to purchase me something. Now, remember, if you did enjoy your trip, my name's Debbie. If you didn't, just call me Bob. You guys have a good day at Florida Silver Springs.
Okay, Bob.
Don't let it really get wet, so. I have a pocket.
You won't leave it out there, will you?
Mama, have money. Money. Have money. Mommy.
See how he walks the same path?
Here he comes. Here, giraffe. Here.
Yeah.
Ashley, you gotta leave.
Look at that dog. Look at that. Look at that giraffe. Yeah. Got the new battery in it already. Are you ready yet? Just one. Just one.
Goodbye to Susan. Goodbye, Susan. See you in 2 weeks. We're going to the Bahamas. Wouldn't that be nice, huh? A little Aruba trip or something like that? What do you think? We bump the kids off right now, we all head out. I do want to welcome you here to Silver Springs. I hope you're having a good time. Sorry about the weather here, but this is it. You know, what are you going to do? Liquid sunshine. This is it every day at this time of the day. 3 to 4 or 5, and you're going to get these boomers. I'll tell you one thing. If you live here in Florida, you got the best looking lawn in the world. It gets that hot sun all day long at 80, 90 degrees, and then it rains for 2 hours and the stuff grows like weeds. You don't have to fertilize it. Yeah, you got to watch out. Go see what you do. You just got that lady over there. If you grab those tops, it's going to come right down on your back. So I was just going to get it out. You know, just a split second too long. Nothing you can do about it, just runs right down on you, so just leave it, you're better off. Now, before we get too far underway, Coast Guard regulations do require me to point out our life jackets, isn't that right? Well, you don't have to look up and you don't have to look down. You can look right at me. 89.98% pure. Can't be too bad. If we're going to go down, we're going to go down on good stuff. That large white bird you see over here on my right, that is the beautiful white egret. He's got a little fish in his mouth. See, a little fish. And the other bird tried to get it off him. Look at the fish he's got. Oh, he's going to try to figure a way to get that thing down.
Mama.
He says, okay, what's the easiest way to do this? He's got to flip it around and get it head first. That's what he's first got to do. But they eat a lot of fish. He's just saying, I'm not going to do what everyone's looking at me. But he'll flip it around back and forth, and then you'll see it go down head first. I was going over there to eat in peace. Now these boats, one time, what they do, they took off the top and the sides, you know, made one of these convertibles, look up, look out, look down, when it rains, get soaked. Brilliant, you know, another good move. But you do get mighty wet on this thing if it starts to rain very hard. And unfortunately, I didn't get to it yet, but that's an anhinga bird or the snake bird you were pointing out over there. But you'll see a lot of them down the river. Now, if you pull on that canvas, they will come down on your backs, so you really don't want to mess with that. It's better to get a couple of drops at a time than a whole mouthful of it on you. Now, I know when you got here to the park today, the first thing they did was put you on a glass bottom boat, took you out there and showed you those 6 down. This river runs for 8 miles, and on that 8 miles, we do have 120 springs scattered all over. Now, all of these springs producing water at the same time gives you that instant river. You know, we got them all over. You look at out the side of the boats on any boat ride you're on, you see these areas here, all of these light blue areas. These are all springs. We got them all over the place. And once we get past that eelgrass, which is going to be coming up, you'll see another spring. I'll stop over that spring and show it to you in a moment. But where does all this 850 million gallons of water go to? Well, the first place it goes to from here is the Ocklawaha River. From the Ocklawaha River, it goes to the St. John's. Here it is. And then from the St. John's, it dumps out into the Atlantic Ocean. So you see all of this beautiful, pure water you're looking at right now down in these gorgeous springs all ends up in the Atlantic Ocean. Isn't that a big waste? You know, in 72 hours, all of this fresh water is going to be salt water. It's incredible, isn't it? You think they would catch a little bit of it, put it in a reservoir, save it, you know? Send it to places that really need it. No, that's thinking too much. The way I look at it, they can take a pipe and run oil from Alaska to here. I don't know why they can't put a garden hose down here and catch a little bit for other people, right? But that's the way it is, you know. It's been doing this for 10,000 years. We did have one governor here in Florida at one time named Kirk, and he wanted to run a pipe in the main spring. Not take it all, just take a percentage of it and send it to Tampa. And then from Tampa, put it in a reservoir and then distribute it evenly throughout all the other places they need it. Never did come about. And I guess it might have been the giant cost to do this, whatever, but they never did come about and do it. But he had a good idea, a very good plan. He even had it all laid out how it should go. But it never happened. But you know, how are you going to run out of water here? It's been doing this for 10,000 years. Any reservoir, you can keep sending it out from anywhere and it'll just keep filling up every day. Amazing. Oh, you see this baby alligator there on the thing over there? Not very big, but he is a baby alligator. Little guy, maybe a foot long. Babies are only 6 inches long. This guy's not really a baby, but he's not old either. He's only a few months old. Now, if you're going to go canoeing, guys, that's the best way to see the river right there. You know, you seen all these private boats on the river today? Those gas-operated motors? It's killing this river. If you're going to go ride on the river, that's the way to go. I mean, I like boats. I got my own boat, and I don't bring it down here with my gas motor. I bring it down here with an electric motor, and then I put the gas on at the Ocklawaha. But that's the best way to do it. If you really want an enjoyable day to see everything nice and peaceful, that's the way to go. Over here, this waterway you see, this is the Fort King Waterway. Now, that fence going across, you're going to be on the other side of it. How many of you folks have been on the Jungle Cruise today? Anybody? Okay, a few of you. But you folks, let me warn you now, it's 3:51. That ride closed at 4:45. So if you haven't been on it, get over there and get on it, because that's where you see all the captive animals. You're going to see giraffes, zebras, gibbon apes, monkeys, antelope, all kinds of big birds like ostrich and stuff like that. There's the anhinga bird again, that diving bird sitting on that little stump up there. See it? Scratching itself? That's what they call the snake bird or the water turkey. That's a female, beige colored neck and throat. Now, I'm just telling you, you don't want to miss the Jungle Cruise. And you shouldn't get too wet on that ride because there's a canvas top and it's designed a heck of a lot different than this one is. It's got things of bars going out. And it's going to basically keep you pretty well dry. So go over there today and make sure you're on that Jungle Cruise. This island right here to my right, how many of you folks remember Johnny Weissmuller? All right, see, we got some real people here. You don't remember Johnny Weissmuller? You read about him? Well, anyway, he was a Tarzan at one time. You know, he made 6 movies here. They were pretty good. This is one of the islands he did a lot of the jungle scenes on. And, of course, all of his swimming stunts were done way back there where the glass bottom boats are. He was an Olympic swimmer, too, that man. An excellent swimmer. You all remember that Johnny Weissmuller scream, don't you?
Yeah.
Remember hear that? Well, how about Lloyd Bridges? You remember him doing those Sea Hunt episodes? Well, that dock where you got onto this boat, that's where the old Sea Hunt shack used to be. Before they took it down and made room for this ride. That little bird that landed over there is a little green heron. I don't know if you can see it. Very small bird on that stick sticking out of the water pads there. There it goes. Looks like it's going to fly again. See, jump down. That's the little green heron. Now, we're going to be going into the outpost here, and you're going to meet some of the naturalists. And their job is to take care of all the wildlife that is native to this river. They feed, photograph, study, rehabilitate, and when possible, they do release animals back into the wild. Let's see if there's anybody in there. No, we're going right in. And on our way out, let's see if we can find an alligator. There's got to be some around, right? Okay. It's not thundering and it's not lightning, so they shouldn't be shook up and stay down in the water. It's just a little rain. Let's ring the bell and get that naturalist out here. Well, coming out of the cabin and walking down to the dock, this is one of our naturalists. And his name is Chad. Well, Chad, we're here. How you doing?
Not too bad, honestly.
Well, that's good.
How's everybody else doing? How about the rest of you? Like he said, I'm Chad. I'm one of the wildlife naturalists here. I'd like to take a couple minutes here to explain to you what my job is. I have 2 main functions as a naturalist. My first function is to rescue, rehabilitate, and release back into the wild injured animals. Now, the animals you'll see here today have been injured in such a permanent fashion, though, that we cannot release them back into the wild. If we were to release them, they would soon die of starvation or become prey to another predator. We don't want that to happen now, do we? My next function here is to educate folks like yourselves with the animals that we do have here at the rehabilitation program. First off, I'd like to introduce you to Church here. Church is a 23-year-old Swainson's hawk. Church came to us 15 years ago because he was missing his right eye. Now we don't know if he lost that right eye due to a careless person and a pellet gun, or it might have even been to another male hawk over a fight for a mate. We're not quite sure, but all in all, we've still called him semi-retired, we could say, here at Silver Springs with us. Now when I said 23 years, I meant 23 human years. He is actually 60 in hawk years. Looks pretty good for 60 years old, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Next, I'd like to redirect your attention up here to my right, y'all's front. Up there on the log is Lady. Lady is a red-shouldered hawk. She is a very reclusive bird. Reclusive meaning that she very much likes to live in the thick and dense wooded forest treetops, such as we have here around Silver Springs. Excuse me. Now, Lady came to us because she was an unfortunate victim of an incident with a careless and bored hunter and a 12-gauge shotgun blast. She no longer has a left wing, so she now makes her permanent home here with us. Now, you'll probably never be able to see a red-shouldered hawk in the wild because they are so very well camouflaged, but you will be able to hear them because they are the most vocal hawk in the whole hawk species. So vocal, in fact, that you can sometimes hear their cries anywhere from 1.5 miles to 2 miles away. That's pretty good. Next, I'd like to redirect your attention up to my cabin window. Up there, you're going to see Woodsy. Woodsy's been sleeping all day because he's kind of up all night. But anyways, Woodsy is a great horned owl. Woodsy came to us because he was also an unfortunate victim. You see, Woodsy got tangled up in a farmer's discarded barbed wire fence, and in order for us to save his life, we had to amputate part of his left wing. Now, I don't know if you can tell if he'll open his eyes. Well, anyways, Woodsy has yellow eyes. Out of the 32 different species of owls, we have narrowed it down to 2 categories: the yellow-eyed owls and the black-eyed owls. The yellow-eyed owls, such as Woodsy, are what we call twilight hunters. Twilight hunters meaning that they need some form of sunlight in order to hunt for their prey. They usually hunt between the hours of dawn and dusk. And black-eyed owls are what we call truly nocturnal, which means that they need little or no light at all in order to hunt for their prey. They have been given the gift of night vision. Now, owls also have a very keen sense of hearing, due to what we call a facial disc. A facial disc is nothing more than thousands of tiny little feathers in a heart-shaped or circular pattern around the owl's eyes and beak. Excuse me. What that does is it acts as an amplifier. It amplifies sounds and channels those sounds to the owl's ears. So efficiently, in fact, that an owl can hear a squirrel munching away on a peanut and accurately locate that squirrel at over 100 yards. Folks, that's the length of an American football field. That's pretty good. Unfortunately, though, the owl isn't perfect. The owl has a very poor sense of smell, which makes the owl one of the few animals in the world that will actually hunt down, kill, and eat a skunk. The owl might not know what he's eating, but the rest of us around him sure will. Well, folks, on behalf of myself, Church Lady, and Woodsy, I'd like to thank you and enjoy the rest of your day here at Silver Springs.
Well, thank you, Chad. That was very nice. Thank you very, very much. That was Chad, one of the naturalists we have here. Trees right there. Let's see. Come on, guys. There's a couple of them over there. See them climbing down the tree? Little brown bodies. That's Reese's monkeys.
It's too far away, Sean. You can't see it clear.
Now they're free roaming. They go anywhere they want. It looks to me like they're heading that way. They're going to probably spend the night at the boathouse where you got on this boat because there's a roof. They'll climb up in the rafters and spend all night there. They're watching them TVs. How you doing, buddy? How you doing? Yeah. Oh, when I got my bread here, I don't have to do anything except hold that up. One way you can insult these monkeys that gets them real mad, and that's smile at them. That's an insult to monkey language. Yeah, there's an alligator right over there too. Now they are estimating that in Florida, we have running in the wild now, completely in the wild, 500,000 alligators free. That's not counting the ones in Gatorland. Of course, that's not counting the ones in reptile institutes or anything, zoos. Just in the wild, 500,000 of them. Isn't that incredible? And they were on the endangered species list at one time. We protected them. Right now we got 500,000 of them. They are still protected. You cannot hunt an alligator in the wild, and of course you cannot feed an alligator in the wild. You never want to do that. But they were all over the place. Now the alligators that we do have here, and I've got to tell you, I've seen them eat just about everything. And the largest animal I've ever seen them eat was about 4 years ago. That was a white-tailed deer that was swimming across the river. They got it right out in the middle, caught it out there. And when I saw Reese's monkeys get it, raccoons, birds, fish, ducks, diving birds, snakes, eat anything. Snakes, they can have every one of them, as far as I'm concerned. I'll even help them find them. Not my favorite animal. But they'll eat just about anything. They eat a lot of fish, those big garter fish and stuff like that. They put that stuff away. How many of you folks have ever eaten alligator? Well, we got quite a few of us, all right. If you want to try it today, get up to that Billy Bowleg restaurant up where the Jungle Cruise boat ride is, and they'll serve it to you. If you haven't tried it.
Yeah. So,
You might like it, right? You never know. Now, female alligators, they usually lay about 20 to 50 eggs. They'll build a nest about 15 to 20 feet from the water and make that nest up to 3 feet high. Of course, they use everything they find on the ground. Dead leaves, sticks, twigs, branches, and they just keep building it up. There's your Andy, the bird. That's the male right there, the black one. Now, the eggs, scientists have found out through many years of checking these things out, the eggs that's in the nest, that's usually the warmest, turn out to be the males. The cooler ones turn out to be the females. They have to have a temperature to incubate those eggs anywhere from like 88 to 92 degrees. Anywhere in that range, those eggs will incubate pretty well. Alligators, of course, don't rely on the nest to hatch their eggs. They rely on the hot weather down here and, of course, the rotting vegetation that they built their nest out of. They're only 6 inches long when they're born. They're very, very small. Now, folks, want you to check around the boat. Make sure you don't leave anything aboard, okay? We don't want you to be worried about that stuff. We want you to have a great day and a great time, not to leave anything behind. And I want to thank each and every one of you for sharing part of your day with me on the Silver River. You were a terrific group. I hope you had a little fun out there, learned a little bit about the river, and it was all my pleasure. Thank you very, very much, everybody. You were great. Thank you very, very much. You were a great group. Glad to have you with me today. Now we get you docked here as gently as possible. Okay, we're gonna make it here once we get.
Whoa. What is this? Where did all you good-looking people come from? Well now, welcome to Slick Rick's All-American Medicine Show. And are you people in luck today? I just happen to have a very limited supply of Slick 60 Elixir, the world's premier cure-all potion. Slick 60 will cure lumbago, chicken pox, bunions, or bad breath. It doesn't matter. Slick 60 will flat take care of business. Why, just last week, my dog Lucky sprained her paw. Poor thing. One slug of 660, and she was good as new. I am telling you, there is nothing as good as Slick 60 Elixir. And as a special introductory offer, I am going to make this amazing potion available to each and every one of you for just...
Oh, stupid bucket. That is the third time this week that darn thing grabbed my foot.
Do you mind? I was trying to conduct a civilized conversation with my new friends here, and I don't need you to cast a pall over an otherwise delightful encounter. So beat it, you bumpkin. Now, as I was saying, before I was so rudely interrupted, today we have a special introductory offer of the Magic Tonic Slick 60 Elixir. Only $10 a bottle and cheap at twice the price.
$10? $10? Why, you got to be kidding. Why, sell old Hilda's Happy Jalapeno Tonic for half that.
Hilda's what?
Happy Jalapeno Tonic. Folks, if it don't kill you, it'll make you wish you were dead. That's my motto. If you can take one slug of this stuff and stay on your feet, you'll probably live forever. Got a headache? Just take one little swallow of Hilda's Happy Jalapeno Tonic, and folks, what happens to your stomach will make you forget all about your head. This is some great stuff.
This will never do. I gotta get rid of this hit. Of course, it ruins everything.
Hey, folks, I'd like you to meet my dog, Silver. She's a cute little devil, ain't she? Guess what, folks? Silver here can actually do stuff, too. Watch this. Silver, bad leg, girl. Bad leg. No, Silver. Let's do bad leg. Bad leg. Bad leg. There you go. Now, Silver, sit. Sit. Silver, stay.
Bang! Bang!
Oh, Lordy, Lordy, you
dogs don't crawl.
It was an accident, I swear. I was trying to hit you.
Me?
But not to worry. I do happen to have a bottle of Slick 60 elixir right here. It helped my dog here, so it'll help your little nut.
I don't think she wants none of that stuff. But do you think she'll be okay? Come here, Silver. Oh, my poor dog. You know, I really wish I hadn't tried to shoot my dog. They nearly scare her to death, you know.
No matter. So, Mrs.
Huckster. Her name is Hilda Huckster. And as I said before, you shouldn't try to shoot people's dogs.
Yeah,
You did scare her to death.
It was just a slight misunderstanding. The name is Slick Rick. Pleased to meet you. However, it would appear as though we do happen to have a little bit of a problem.
Problem? What problem?
You. You are the problem, Miss Hickster.
Me? Whatever are you talking about?
It's obvious, isn't it? You've intruded upon my space. You've disrupted my show. And worst of all, you're costing me money. Now clear out!
No. You know something? I don't believe I will. It is a free country, right, folks?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And if I want to stand here and hawk old Hilda's half a jalapeno tonic, then by golly, I'll do it. And there ain't nothing you can do to stop me.
Oh, really?
Really?
Well then, how about a little sporting competition? We'll let all these nice people out here decide who deserves to stay and who gets bounced out in his ear. Fair enough?
Fair enough. All righty. Folks from say here, all the way on down over to the end. Y'all all be rooting for me. Now let's have a practice cheer. 2 bits. 4
Wait a minute.
bits, 6 bits,
We
and
don't
all.
have to divide anything. Just let him yell, and the one that gets the loudest cheer wins. Now then, according to the rules, which I will make up as we go along, each competitor in turn will choose an event, and then their opponent will go first. And just to show you what a sport I am, you may pick the first event.
Oh, well, thank you. That's awfully nice of you. Let's see here. I got it. The first event's going to be rope climbing.
Oh, brother. Rope climbing. Out of the way, Hickster.
Huckster. The name's Huckster.
Whatever, out of the way. Ah!
No, roll.
Ah! Ow!
How you doing there, buddy?
What are you laughing at? You won't
You?
do any better.
Me, I should say not. Folks, I can't climb no rope. But guess what? Betty Sue here, she is a rope climbing fool. Now, folks, cheer Betty Sue on here. She does need a little bit of good luck. Ready, Betty Sue? Come on, grab hold of that rope. There you go. Come on, Betty Sue. Come on, Betty Sue. Go, Betty Sue, go. Go. Come on, Betty Sue. Oh, you're fast as lightning, I swear. Go, kitty, go. Go, speed racer, go. Whoa, look at how fast you're going. Well, she did get higher than you did, so that's about settles it, I think. Right, folks? I think we won this event, so it's your turn, Mr. X.
My pleasure.
All right.
Have you ever heard the expression that what goes around comes around?
No, I can't say that I have.
Good. The next event will be barrel jumping. Now, Hilda, you see those barrels over there?
Uh-huh.
There are low ones and there are high ones, and you can take your pick. But the one that gets from one end to the other fastest is the winner.
All righty. I reckon I will try the low ones. They are a little closer to my size. Oh, boy. Barrel jumping. This can't be that hard. Whoa. Ready? Woo! I did it! I did it! I did it! Let's see you beat that one, Mr. X.
Hilda, I would like you to meet my trusted associate, Rusty. Rusty, this is Mrs. Hickster.
Oh, boy, he's so cute, ain't he pretty, folks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
glad
I
you
like
think so. Now, Hilda, take that cat down there at the end barrel, the high one.
The
and
high
set him
one?
down. Yeah, set him
The
down.
high one? Oh, boy, I'm going to win this event for sure here.
Rusty.
I'm going to win this event. Hilda Huckster's the best seller here. Woo!
Rusty, jump. Rusty, come on, Rusty. Rusty.
Ha-ha. Oh, boy.
Rusty. Rusty.
Whoa. Wow.
Tonic, say, your turn.
All right, I'll pick something, but it won't be no barrel jumping, that's for sure. Let's see here, this has gotta be a good one. I got it. The next event is gonna be hoop jumping. Now, any of you folks out there, when you were kids, jumped through hoops? Well, guess what? I was champion hoop jumper of Old Pope Kearney, Arkansas, when I was just a scrap. Now, Mr. Rick, all you got to do, when I roll this hoop, you jump right on through it, all right? Get ready. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Yay! Yay!
Well, that weren't too bad for a city slicker. But I've got some hoop jumping that's gonna knock your socks off.
Okay.
Now, folks, I am gonna need a little help for this one. So any of you kids out there in the audience got a hankering to be in show business?
Hey, wait a minute.
What?
What's going on here?
It's my turn. Now, since you got your britches in a rut here, sir, I will show you how truly fair I really am, and I'll even use your cap for my event. How about that? All right. Now, as I was saying, I will need a little help for this one, so kids, raise on up those hands. How about that little girl in the blue hat right there, the turquoise hat? Come on down. And how about the little boy in the Indiana Jones hat? Come on down. Hey, what are you doing? What's your name, sweetheart? Oh, Shauna, where are you from? Wow, nice to meet you. My name's Hilda. A little bit tall apart. Wow. How old are you? Well, I'll be. My name's Hilda. It's pleased to meet you. Now, what is your name? Derek. Now, y'all are going to help me beat Mr. Rick here, all right? The way you're going to go about doing this is coming on over here. Now, you're too tall for this event. You're going to get the harder job. All right, here, get a hat, just like me. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to hold this hoop just like this. Every time the cat jumps through the hoop, all you're going to do is raise it up a little higher. That way you can make Rusty jump higher, all right? Now, Darren, come on over here. Now, what your job is to make Rusty jump from barrel to barrel. The way you'll do that is with those yummy treats right there. Basically, your job is to put a treat down on that barrel right there. Then when Rusty jumps to that barrel, you come and put a treat on this barrel. And then when Rusty jumps to this barrel, you'll put another treat down on that barrel. Keep going back and forth, all right? Get ready. Let me see your cat, please, sir. Now, get ready, because we're going to beat him. Rusty, jump! All righty. Rusty, jump! There you go. All right. Rusty, jump! Rusty, jump! There you go. Rusty, jump with that higher. Rusty, jump! Rusty, jump! Woo! Come on, Rusty! Rusty, jump! Woo! I knew you could do it, ladies and gentlemen, Rusty! Woo! All right. Now, for you guys helping me beat Mr. Rick, I have something real special for you. Here's your cat. What I do have for these two for doing such a great job is I've got a coupon for them both to go get a free ice cream cone in one of our ice cream parlors. Y'all did great. Enjoy your day here at Silver Springs. Bye-bye, y'all. Well, Mr. Rick, I think the applause about settled it. 2-1, my favor.
Wait a minute. Don't I get to say anything about it?
No, Cat got the biggest hand, and that's that.
You ever feel guilty when you cheat like that?
No. I mean, wait a minute. I don't cheat. Listen, if you're not convinced, let's let the audience here decide. Now, how many of you folks thought mean old Rick here won? Yeah. How many of y'all thought Rusty was the best? The applause, get it, Mr. Rick. It's your turn.
All right. Let me think. This has got to be a good one. Hilda,
Yes, sir?
you see this little fence right there?
Yeah?
I'll bet you that my dog Lucky can run that little fence faster than your dog. So
All righty. Well, I bet you Silver can do it faster, but we'll see. Come on, Silver. Come on out here. Come here, Silver. Girl, tangle up. Come here, girl. No, Silver. That's not what you're doing. You're not doing barrel jumping. Come on, Silver. Silver, sit. Silver, no, listen. Come on, sit. Silver, over. 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 All righty, Silver. I knew you could do it. Woo! Let's see old Busty beat that one.
Lucky, my dog's name is Lucky.
Lucky Schmucky. She'll never get around as fast as good old Silver here did.
Run, Lucky, run! Run, Lucky, run! Run, Lucky, run! Run, Lucky, run! Yay!
Wait a minute! Your dog did not jump that fence.
I didn't say anything about jumping that fence. What I said was, and I quote, run the little fence. And that's exactly what you did.
Wait a minute! Of all the sneaky, low down, dirty, rotten, stinking tricks, Mr. Rick, are you sure you ain't a lawyer?
Nope, just an honest snake oil salesman.
Ha! Honest Milefoot, you cheat your own mother.
Well, now, under normal circumstances. Well, it would appear as though we are now tied 2 to 2. And it also appears as though you're not pleased with the way things are going.
Darn right.
I'll tell you what. Let's have one more round. Winner take all. Fair enough? Fair enough? Fair enough?
Alrighty. Now, I do think it is about time for a cat race. You got a cat to go along with that there muddy yours?
I sure do. I just happen to have the fastest cat east of Ocala. And as a matter of fact, she's asleep out there in that box.
Oh, well, what a coincidence. Folks, it just so happens over yonder, I happen to have my cat Sock sleeping up there. Kind of like we're playing it, huh?
Life's just full of little surprises.
Well, Mr. Rick, what you're going to do is you're going to coax your cat out of your box on the count of 3 when I yell go, all right? All right, you ready? 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, go! Come on out, kitty, come on! Sock, come on, Sock!
Hey,
Come
Jess.
on, even Lucky's cheering you on, Sock!
Hey, Jess.
She'll be coming around.
Peaches, are you home? Peaches. Wake up, Peaches. Peaches, come on out now, honey. Peaches, wake up. Peaches. Come on, Peaches. Come on. Come on, Peaches. Come on, Peaches. Peaches, come on out.
No, we're not going up to the tree.
Come on out, Peaches. 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 Peaches.
Oh, boy.
Wake up.
Well, at least my
Peaches.
cat's out of the box, Mr. Rick.
I see that.
Come on, Sock.
Peaches.
It's only a 25-minute
Peaches.
show. Come on, get it.
It's getting late.
Hey, Sock.
Time for dinner. Peaches.
I ain't got no catnap. Come on, get it.
There we go. I can't-
I'll get it. What do you got in there, huh?
I give up. The cat's asleep.
Come on, Sock.
That's great.
Well, you might as well hit the road. Sock, please. Come on, Sock. Get the stick. We gotta beat it. We gotta make it official. Come on, no cheating. Don't you go back in there. Please. Come on, Sock. Come on, Sock. Come on, Sock. Come on, Sock. Listen, even the kids are cheering. Come on, Sock.
Come on, Jack.
Come on.
Is there really a cat over there?
There you go.
Where?
There you go. Come on, Sock. Come on, Sock. Get it. Get the stick. Sock, come on. Get it. Sock. I'm gonna let Lucky loose. Sock, come on. All right, I'm gonna give up on you. I'm gonna give up on you. You don't want to do that. Come on. Come on, kitty. Come on, Sock. Come on, Sock. Go. There you go. Go, Sock. All right, go. There you go. Come on. You're fast as lightning today. Come on, kitty, go. Come on. All righty, Socks, you're doing it. Come here, Socks. Come on. All right. Oh, forget you. Well, Mr. Rick, my cat has made a little farther than yours.
Well, guess what?
What?
You cheated.
Me? I didn't cheat.
You let your cat out her?
Oh, didn't I mention that this was a handicap race? No matter. Mr. Rick, don't let it get you dead bound, old buddy. Look, my cat's going back up on the tree there. So you've nothing to worry about. But I have something real special for you because we both tried. And what I do have for you is a little slug of Hilda's half the jalapeno tonic. It'll make you feel a whole lot better. Oh, I said a little slug. Oh, boy.
Oh, water!
my partner and my good old trustee here. This is Tony the Pony. Tony here is going to help me do some selling for you nice folks today. Now, what's my bid for some Hilda's Happy Jalapeno Tonic? Let's hear some numbers. Come on. Five. All right, $500. Whoa, big spender. $600. Wait. What? 600. 5 and 15. What's 40? 40. Tony? 50. Tony, talk to me. What's 5 and 15? 51. Huh? Is it 20? 56. Is it 25? Is it 30? Is it 30? 50. Yeah. Well, folks, that weren't too bad for a horse. You only missed it by 3. Well, how you feeling, old buddy?
Well, at least my mouth doesn't hurt anymore.
Well, I did tell you to take a little swallow.
Next time I'll remember.
You know, Mr. Rick, I was thinking,
I thought I felt something.
you know, I do have the best tonic here. And you seem to have a nose for this, business stuff. So what do you say combine our resources? Together we got darn near a whole brain.
A partnership? Huh. You know, Hilda, you may have something there. You can sell your Hilda's Happy Jalapeno Tonic, and I can set up next door and sell ice water. We'd make a fortune.
All right. Folks,
Don't
youngsters love these happy
Happy
endings.
Speaking of happy endings, we'd like to share with you another little secret. Most of the animals you've seen perform for you today were adopted from the Humane Society. Instead of being put to sleep, they were brought here to have a happy home, and so that you all could see them perform. And on behalf of all those animals, Mr. Pony would like to take a bow. And in case you are in need of a companion, why not visit the pound and give a hound a home? And the part of Hilda was played by Kristen DeLibero, and my name is Tom Swayze. We hope you had a good time here today, and come back and see us again.
Bye-bye, everybody.